Project Power is a Netflix film which on the face of it may look like your average superhero film, but in fact is something rather special. The idea behind the film is that a new illegal designer drug is being sold, and if you take it, it gives you superpowers for 5 minutes. These superpowers, as well as their side effects, are unpredictable and dependent on the latent animal DNA inside each person. What makes this film special is that unlike other superhero films, in this film, the superpowers aren't colourful, artiste and otherworldly. They are raw, crude, violent and flawed. Framestore was the lead VFX producer on this 2-year project, and with help from Image Engine, Distillery, East Side Effects, and Outpost VFX, they produced over 1,000 shots. The general idea being not to make incredible VFX shots, but to use VFX to make shots look incredible. A criminal uses the drug to commit a bank robbery. His superpower is based on the cuttlefish's ability to change its colour and pattern. To achieve this, they rebuilt all the background so the actor could be removed when he was camouflaged. All shots were body tracked so they could replace the body and have control over the body's moving pattern as it ran around. Having decided that the criminal wouldn't be able to camouflage instantaneously and that the speed of the camouflage would depend on his stress levels, the team developed a dynamic strobing effect which was created from different skin shader passes, and compositing artists picked out elements from the background to appear on his skin. Additional texture and reflections were added, and then they matched the lighting to the plate. One of the most spectacular moments in the movie is the unveiling of Frank the policeman's power, armadillo-like armor. After chasing the bank robber, Frank finds himself on the wrong end of a gun and gets shot in the head. To create this shot, a high-pressure air gun was used, and the shot was filmed using a phantom camera at 900 frames per second. The air blast was also filmed by a witness camera, which gave them additional details. The main work here was adding a bullet impact to where the air had hit, changing the hair movement to look less like it was being blown and more like an impact, and to make Frank's skin resemble the armoured, leathery skin of an armadillo. In order to achieve this, Framestore had to build a high-resolution digital double. Using images from the film 50/50 and a photogrammetry scan, they managed to capture the true shape of the actor's head. Adding layers of hardened skin as blend shapes, they changed the nature and texture of the ripples as they travelled over his face, starting as very soft and fast, and then slowing and stiffening as the impact was absorbed. The toughest part was matching the timing of every ripple and hair movement to that of the original plate. In this scene, Newt, a dealer who supplies the new drug, takes a pill to escape the protagonist, Art. Newt's power? The ability to raise his temperature enough to boil at a subatomic level, and through a phenomenon known as superheated steam, transform the air around him into pure fire. This power does have its consequences though, and Newt's body is hideously scarred from using his power. In order to create this scarring, the actor playing Newt had to wear a full prosthetic bodysuit and was in makeup for 5 hours every day. Creating the fire was a bit more complicated. Fire has always been a difficult light source. There are very subtle and yet noticeable differences between a fire set on something, a fire consuming something, and a fire being produced by something. A fire doesn't just illuminate things around it, it illuminates things underneath it too. Putting fire on someone by using VFX lacks this illumination on the character and therefore looks fake and stuck on. To overcome this, they designed a fully programmable LED suit that was embedded into the prosthetic bodysuit. These LEDs could run fire loops and then extinguish and reignite at will. The benefits were that not only did they illuminate Newt, but they also cast light on everything around him, which gave the VFX team a good reference for lighting. Biggie's superpower makes him double in size. Rather than just grow bigger, he mutates. The plates were shot on a miniature set. This helped them understand how big the actor should be and how he would interact with his environment. Framestore's creature effects and tracking teams then did some plate augmentations and matched their CG body parts with his on-set prosthetics, adding grotesque tumors, intricate veins, and muscle jiggles. Art's power is based on a pistol shrimp. This crustacean can open and close its claws so fast that it vaporizes the water around it. The shot was filmed with high-speed cameras at night, so lighting was extremely challenging. Framestore used two teams, one working on the macro-level shot, which showed the rain droplets transition from liquid to plasma to gas, the other worked on the wider shots. Most of the puddle and droplet work was done using flip fluids in Houdini, whilst the transitions from liquid to steam were done with Pyrosolver. This girl's power is the opposite of Newt's and was a real challenge for the VFX team. It was shot in one continuous 2-minute take with over 70 different light sources. Their tasks included creating a digital double and hand keying each section to match the actress, creating ice crystals to grow over her body, and working on her breath, fogging up the glass and freezing. This shot was such a huge task that it took 9 months to complete. Please give us a like if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget the links to the music used in this video are in the video description, and as always, be sure to let us know in the comments section which movie VFX you'd like to see behind next.